and welcome to this week's episode of Honesty Smartless. I'm Chelsea Toronto.
And I'm Dr. Lindsay.
And welcome.
Each week, we're just two dumb girls chit-chatting away. Let's start off with today's cozy critter of the week is Muppet, the ugly dog.
Oh. Does he have teeth?
Kind of. Yeah, the tongue is sticking out of the side. He won Britain's ugliest dog contest.
Yeah.
So he is a Chinese crested dog. His tongue permanently hangs out of the side of his mouth because he doesn't have enough teeth. And then his hair is Muppet style. It's white and it's a fountain coming down. You know why his tongue is sticking out, I bet you? Because the fountain of hair is always in his eye. So he's constantly like flicking his head.
Like a Bieber move?
Yeah, like a Bieber move. And then the tongue just got thrown in there too. That's how he won World's Ugliest Dog.
Otherwise, it like swoops down and covers an eye.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
He's always doing the Bieber flick.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
So I'll share a photo.
Yeah,
So
I
everyone
was
can see
going to
it.
ask because I think I would like to see that.
Well, here, I'll show you and then we can post it.
You know what he looks like? He looks like a Karen.
He does look like a Karen.
In my opinion, he looks more like a Karen, at least on this one side.
It is Karen-esque haircut.
Yeah, it really frames the chin.
And then like Dolby the elf ears.
He's a beaut.
He's a beaut. He's got a cute little snoot.
He is hairless. Wow.
I know.
He's got a lot of things going on there.
Just throw a sweater on him. He'll be fine. It'll cute him right up.
I would lick his tongue.
Ew.
I know.
The tongue was just on his balls.
You
love a good makeout session. You're not picky.
Are you kidding? I'm so desperate. My numbers are plummeting. And I don't mean on my Insta. I mean my bench.
Your bench of
there's something
happiness.
wrong with me.
Why? Tell me more.
I just feel like my neighbor may be dwindling.
Tell them why.
When I went over to their place yesterday,
she saw a sight that you cannot unsee.
That gave me the ick and it might be over. And I'm so sad about it.
Okay.
Let's just say I can't unsee what I saw. And now I have to replace that. I need an understudy.
If you say what you saw, is that a dead giveaway of
they listen?
Oh. I guess we'll just cut this whole part out.
No, I could just say, I saw something I can't unsee. It gave me the ick. And now I need a backup. I'm so bummed.
Well, 2025 is almost here, so.
It is the year of the Capricorn.
It is. Good for you.
Good for me. And everybody else that I was talking to, sayonara.
What does this mean for me?
Nothing.
Okay.
If anything, it makes your life easier.
Okay. I like that. Thanks.
I could use a vibrator for my birthday.
That's the one thing I didn't buy you.
It's okay. I didn't buy you anything.
It's okay.
I'm a terrible friend. Okay, so
what are you buying?
Did you see those weights? Okay, so these weights, it's a female-owned company in which she designed designer weights. So if you're like us, you have weights at home and you're always moving them out of the way. I have a 30-pound kettlebell, 2 10-pound weights that hang out in my bathroom, and then a 12. And I am hiding them. So what she made, which is brilliant, are weights that look like art in all different shapes. They come in different colors. The one that's most popular is like a taupe.
It almost looks like a hobo bag. Purse.
Yeah. I thought you were talking hobos. I got hung up on the hobo. It does, like a Bottega woven hobo bag
for rich people, not for hobos on the street.
Nope. So I think that's cool. Am I buying it? No, even a little bit. But if I had like FU money, I would consider buying that. But what am I going to do? Throw the old weights away? No, that's not great. Maybe I'll just tennis racket tape
and tape your weights up. So
anyway, so I'm stuck with that. What am I buying? Holiday gifts.
Did you finally pull the trigger and buy something?
Well, I bought it all for myself. I am decked out. Man, I am decked out in a $400 outfit. Everything from head to toe. So new ons, like the wedge. And finally, I'm cool enough to have those. I love them. And then, what color are they? They're espresso.
Oh, leggings.
I bought Lululemon from the Lulu pants store.
close.
So we're supposed to be shopping for others, but I was like, oh yeah, let's just, before we go any further, let's swing on by the Lululemon pants store.
Never heard it called such a thing. I didn't know that there was a Lululemon pants store.
Okay, what I was trying to do, I was thinking, I'm going there to buy pants.
So
I just made it easier for both of us and condensed the words. Let's go to Lulu for pants.
it is forever now known Lululemon pants store.
Fantastic. So, and then I have a matching sweat, scuba, like the crop scuba. You know, I hear other people's voices in my head when I bought this, like, oh, this is frivolous. The hell it is. You know what? It just brings me up to date. We've talked about this before. I needed an outfit to go to brunch. And this is it.
Yeah. There's a lot of bang for your buck and
Yeah.
a matching set.
Yep.
Yep. So I'm going to get the navy scuba because I have navy leggings. And then I have a green set on right now. I have a brown set. So yeah, you get a lot of bang for your buck with that set because you just look more put together.
Yep.
And it's so much nicer than black on black.
It is indeed. And it's a flex.
Mhm.
Those that know, they know. And because I have been lucky enough to catch a little bit of an eating disorder with this cold, because if you take Mucinex around the clock, you won't have an appetite.
So skinny.
I know. So with that being said, everyone's like, oh, your ass looks hot in those pants. So now I can't eat food because the pressure is on.
Even though I was eating sugar cookies yesterday.
Well, yeah.
Solidarity of.
Okay, so what did I eat? I text Lindsay last night and I was like, I don't want to wake up fat, but I really want a milkshake. And I got one because Lindsay said, eat it.
I said, eat it, and I'll eat cookies in solidarity, and we'll wake up fat together.
I hope not. Well, I only had 2 protein bars, so I'm fine.
You're fine. Okay, before we get into like the 2024 wrap up.
I'm sorry, I didn't ask. What are you buying?
What am I buying? I am buying. Well, I'm going to go to Lululemon and get that navy scuba quarter zip. Here's the thing. I only like the quarter zips. The hoods choke me out. It's like
it's a heavy hood.
It's a heavy hood.
That's what he said. Got a heavy hood. These curtains are so heavy. Just let me kiss your lips.
You know what needs to be invented, if it's not already, are little weights to put on the bottom of your cropped hoodie, so then it can like distribute the weight and pull it down so the hood isn't choking you out.
Yeah, it's a heavy hood.
It's a heavy hood.
Yeah, because my gray one.
Yeah,
you do.
That's why I don't wear it, and that's why I'm limited on scuba options right now. Mm-hmm.
I get it.
Yeah, so I'll be buying that. And probably some new Nikes, the Nike Air Max.
Yeah,
I like those. Since I have rededicated myself to working at the gym, I might as well get a new pair of shoes.
Well, you definitely need a new pair of shoes.
100%.
I would say like every 2 months.
I like that cadence. Oh my gosh, you guys, you should see Chelsea buying shoes. So we walk into Nordstrom and we're looking at the ons and we're like, I don't know, maybe let's like circle back around. We look at the Nikes, didn't have her size. We leave to go to the Lululemon pants store. There was nothing there either, unfortunately. So, like, we were at the mall buying nothing. So we circle back to Nordstrom, and she's like, I'm going to get these on. So I'm like, okay, yeah, you do that. And she gets them, and, like, before they're even done being checked out and bought, and she's ripping the shoes off of her feet and, like, grabbing the shoes from the clerk and putting them on her feet. And he's like, okay, like, do you want a box for the old ones? Nope, nope. They weren't even bought yet, and they're on your feet.
It wasn't approved yet. Fingers crossed. Just goes through.
I love the excitement.
Well, my shoes at that moment look like trash.
I get it. You couldn't get them off your feet fast enough. I'm surprised they even made it to the car and you didn't even throw them in the trash.
Well, they're dad sneakers and those are hard to replace.
They are. She was getting like really antsy because she didn't buy anything yet. So she's like, I cannot leave this building until something is done.
Well, I needed to get it done. I didn't want to go back. I kind of, as much as I like the thought of acquiring new things, I get so anxious and the guilt. I'm riddled with guilt when I'm buying things.
I know. Same.
And this didn't used to happen. I don't know if I'm cheap or it's just now it hurts to spend money.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I feel like I used to just blow money left and right.
Yeah.
Maybe we're just maturing and we have more financial education behind us to stop making frivolous decisions.
No, we need money for Botox and hair.
I know.
That shit is so fucking
I gotta
expensive.
go get Botox tomorrow.
I know. I'm like, Laura, can we just stop at my lips? How bad's my forehead?
Oh, it's really not that bad.
Except for that one.
Let me go up.
No,
How bad is my forehead?
It moves, but there's not a crease when you're done.
Okay.
You don't need it.
I
You
need a
said you
little.
want that, but that's it.
Yeah.
The 11th.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think she's going to let me get away with not doing my forehead?
Yeah.
I'll
Say you're on a budget.
Yeah.
This is how much I want to spend today.
Yeah,
And
I feel like
that's
my lips will give me enough bang for my
Mhm.
buck. There was
Yeah.
this girl in a video, which she wasn't able to get lips done before she left, like filler lips. So she had prosthesis lips in which she adhered and then like had to like concealer and then foundation and then more concealer and then powder, setting powder to blend these like white prosthetic lips onto her African American skin.
That was the craziest thing I've ever seen.
It's like super glue.
Like, what? Is she every day?
Well, I wonder how long it stays on.
I think it's just the day. You probably have to redo it every day because you're gonna wash your face and then the glue is gonna get
Or
unstuck.
you don't wash your face below your nose. Anyway, okay.
So we do have a story
We do.
from Girls' Night Out.
We do.
Okay, before we get to the recap, let's recap this as the 2024 Oscar award winner goes to Chelsea Toronto for her performance Avanti this last week. Take it away.
It was Tuesday night. Lindsay had arranged a Taco Tuesday, the Avanti Merry Tiki Christmas. They were just serving drinks. We got there. It was so cute and festive. I inquired about, we were all ID'd, but I inquired about the mocktail. It was like a coconut-based thing, and I was like, I'm going to pass. And then I looked to Lindsay, and she's like, oh, I'm going to get a hot chocolate. And I was like, yes, me too. I'd like a hot chocolate. Everybody else put in their order. So when we received our hot chocolates, we drank it, right? A big gulp, because why wouldn't you? To which immediately we both looked at each other and we're like, I was like, there's alcohol in this.
I was like, oh my God, there is alcohol in this. I feel it burning in my throat.
Right. So this is the first time alcohol has been in my mouth in 14 years.
This is my first time in 3 years.
Yeah. I was like, okay, what do you have to say?
Okay, it is a big deal when someone who hasn't drank for 14 years intentionally then has an accidental drink because you're like, fuck, do I have to start all over now from day one? Because I didn't even ask for this drink. She just brought me the drink. And you're actually legit upset, understandably so, because if you were seriously an alcoholic who had a very bad drinking problem, that could set you off and you could like totally be off the wagon and you could relapse like that. So I think it's a very severe mistake for the server to bring us the wrong drink with alcohol in it.
Once we confronted her, her defense was,
she's like, I'm sober too. I totally get it. I totally understand.
I was very distraught. I was a little embarrassed that I was so distraught, but it was a very honest reaction because I did feel, I don't know, is victimized the right word? I just wasn't, it was put upon me. It wasn't my choice. This is very important to me, blah, blah, blah. So I leave and I'm crying. I leave the table and Lindsay follows me. And as we're headed to the bathroom, we see the server. What did I say?
You're like, oh my gosh, what did you say? You're like, I've been sober for 14 years. That was a big fucking mistake. You're like, you don't get it. You don't get it because like now I have to start over. It's just like, no, I understand. I'm sober. You're like, you're not the one who drank it.
Yeah, I was like, I wasn't the one that gave it to you and drank it. I didn't do this to you.
Yeah.
And that was it. So we go into the bathroom and I'm crying. But then I look at Lindsay and she's crying. And I was like, oh, she's crying for me. And then I was like, no, dummy. She too is experiencing, like, we have to reset the clock.
Yeah.
Because Lindsay's on the same journey. And I was like, oh shit, I didn't mean to make this about me. As I normally do. So we were both equally upset. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I should be supporting you too. We got back to the table and the manager absolved the server from any wrongdoing. Mm-hmm. She was like, oh, that's a big mistake, but she's a good server. I was like, actually, is she?
Well, this is what was happening.
This is the Academy Award performance.
Okay, so
he comes over for the first time.
Yeah, he comes over for the first time. One of her other friends is mean mugging the shit out of him.
She got him off the hook, though. She was a little too nice and a little too friendly. I was like, I didn't want to say anything, but I was like, could you dial it fucking back? Mm-hmm. She was just, now's not the time to be friendly.
We don't have to be nice.
There are times in which you didn't have to be rude, but you didn't have to be overly nice and giggle. It felt like a gut punch. Because I was like, Be on my side.
His apology was, sorry, I'm not defending her, but it's a very busy place and da da da. So Chelsea is sitting there not really saying anything. I'm sitting there trying not to smirk because this whole thing is so ridiculous and his apology was so bad. So I'm trying not to laugh. And then I was really trying not to laugh when Chelsea delivered her award-winning line.
What am I going to tell them tomorrow at AA? It's like, I have to reset the clock. How do I look them in the face and tell them that I drank after all these years of not drinking? And I had tears in my eyes. I haven't been to AA in like 12 years. But this fucker, he's like, what can I do? It's in the past.
He was being so dismissive.
Yeah.
He did not really offer an apology. He was just offering excuses. And he's like, I'll comp everything. We're like, well, duh. I'm not paying for shit after you fucked up.
I'm going to post a story and I'm going to tag them.
Okay. I'm going to post it on TikTok later.
I'm sorry. You didn't. You could have. I don't know. I was thinking about it today. I don't know what they could have done to make me feel better.
I think acknowledging the mistake and the severity of it instead of saying sorry and then adding but.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because then that doesn't really mean
I would have kneeled down
Mm-hmm.
and be like,
But
I
like,
actually wouldn't have said anything. Oh, my dad's sober. Go fuck yourself, your dad.
I know.
But yeah, I don't know what you can do. It was a little bit of you're just not in control, and that was challenging.
Yeah, that was challenging.
But I'd like to thank Avanti and Lindsay and all the people that supported me.
Now that we have the award winner for 2024, let's get into the rest of 2024 wrap up because, it's that time of the year. I was thinking we can go through our year in review.
Fun.
Of podcasting and life events that were happening. Let's start off in January. Every January, we talk about the goals that we have. And I had to laugh because last year, our goal is like, we want to make more money from podcasting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we also talked about butt plugs. And that was our top episode of 2024.
It's low-hanging fruit.
I know. And January, do you remember when we auditioned for Denver Fashion Week?
I did because text you and be like, should we do this again?
We should. And we kind of cheated the system last time because we were in like the 5'4" category and I had on heels at maybe like 5'9", but I couldn't even walk in. It was so bad. They like gave us the pass, like, yeah, you're good to go. And then they never followed up with us.
I know.
Yeah.
I was like, I did think about that. That's hilarious. You brought it up.
I know. I'm like, maybe we should try again.
I definitely think we should try again.
I'll actually practice my walk this time.
Well, you practiced it last time.
I did, but now it's been a whole year since I practiced.
You're going to be so much better.
Let's see. In February, I started my new job after I got my purse stolen. And you know how hard it is to travel without any identification?
Yeah, I remember
and
that.
money.
This is a fun thing to do. Look back.
Yeah. And then also, your roommate was gone for Valentine's Day, and you didn't give a fuck. You were pumped that he was gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
I just felt like that was a big deal. Okay. In March, we were talking about maybe like a quarterly goal check-in. So your goal was that you wanted to talk less shit. How's that going?
I'm still very cognizant of it. It is still front of brain.
Okay.
Front of mind.
While you're talking shit, you're thinking,
this is bad.
This is bad.
Stop. Please stop. Stop now. Stop.
But I can't help myself.
I can't help myself.
We're also talking about how body positivity is dead.
Oh, yeah. As if it was ever really alive.
Oh, my God. I know.
Stop with the lies.
Stop with the lies. Now that Ozempic is pretty much widely available to everyone, don't even
come for us.
No.
And this is talk about body positivity. I leave it on the dance floor when it comes to my Instagram. I'm getting a lot of feedback on my page. Guys, like, oh, good for you. Really putting yourself out there. Really giving it your all. I was like, fuck you guys. Yeah. It's just because I look trashy AF. It's kind of a mixed message.
They like what they see.
They like what they see, even though it is compromising my values.
And they're saying you're so brave.
Oh, you're so brave.
You're like, no, you fucking like it. But you just keep on encouraging me.
Aspen called me yesterday. It was nice to hear his voice. His skull is healing nicely. And he's like, you've gone to the dark side. And you and your trashy outfits. And I was like, oh, you joined Instagram? Thanks for following.
Yeah.
He's like, no, people are texting them to me. And I was like, so he's like, no, don't get me wrong. I like it. You're just turning to the dark side. I was like, well, would you subscribe to my OnlyFans? He's like, oh, that's too much. And I'm like, I don't give a shit.
I don't give a shit because social media is meant for women, and this is our platform to do whatever the fuck we want. And you know, you guys like what you see, so why would I stop?
Yeah, the numbers indicate that you like. Okay, I'm sorry.
Exactly.
Let's go on.
April, we had Johnny on the pod.
God, that was so long ago.
I know.
April. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
And Taylor, I think same month.
Oh my.
I know.
I'm looking forward to the guests we're going to have on in 2025,
Same.
though. I am so pumped.
Same. Speaking of that, that's when we started our campaign to uncancel Army Hammer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I am bound and determined to get him on this show.
And when Lindsay is bound and determined, watch out.
That might get us canceled, but honestly, getting canceled is good for you.
You're like, hey, could you tell us more about your diet?
Yeah. So did you like turn to like vegan? Or like what protein do you like?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's when the Diddy raid kicked off in April.
No fucking way. Jeez, Louise, I'm so glad we're doing this. It's like I have no memory of last year.
In May, Chelsea was hired for a speaking event at a ladies event. That's when your comedy started to take off and you performed more at Comedy Works, and then you started your comedy class.
I started performing. My first performance at Comedy Works was April 1st.
Oh,
April Fools. Ha 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 ha.
Are we in May? We all wear swimsuits on the show to be body positive. We're like,
We
fuck
did?
you guys.
God damn.
We look good, so we're going to wear swimsuits.
I don't know if I look good. Look at me. I'm covered up head to toe in a sweater.
And also in May is when pickleball became part of my personality.
It did.
Mhm.
It did indeed. Speaking of which, I saw Amy. And she was at Pino's. And she's like, hey, after the first of the year, we're starting to play.
Hell yeah.
And I was like, okay, I need to enroll in some classes at Gates.
Did I tell you I'm in a league?
At Gates?
Yeah.
Fuck. Why the fuck didn't you tell me?
Well, it's on Sundays.
So
you work on Sundays.
at 4.
Yeah, it goes from like 11 to 6.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a long ass.
So like you never really know when you're playing. You might play at 11, you might play at 6.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you have to like sit around like for pickup games.
They tell you what time you're playing, but you probably don't know until a day. June, the hot rodent boyfriend trend was taking off. Still disgusting. Like Timothy Chalamet, Barry Keogh or whatever his name is. They're so tiny.
Yeah.
I don't want to have sex with a tiny man.
Well, lucky for you, you won't. And lucky, if I'm lucky, I will.
You should be lucky to find a hot rodent boyfriend.
Oh my God.
I think about Kylie.
What is she thinking?
Ew. You're so hot. What are you doing with that little tiny man?
Ugh. What does she see in him?
I don't know.
I've seen videos where she just looks at him so longingly.
I know.
Did you just see that? I was like, girl.
And she doesn't have as much makeup on. She's really letting herself go. I also started mouth taping in June.
That was such a dumb fucking thing to do. Are you still doing it? How's that going?
Well, I woke up today and the mouth tape was on my hand.
You're lucky it wasn't on your eyelashes.
The other day, I woke up and the mouth tape was on my back, like on my shoulder.
You rolled up.
Austin was like picking at my back. I'm like, what's going on back there? He's like, I think you have tape on your back.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know how it got back there. I'm still doing it and I'm still alive. Haven't suffocated yet.
Oh my gosh. I would have suffocated this week because I can't really breathe out of my nose. I would have died.
Thanks for not killing yourself. You would be amazed though. Once you're forced to breathe through your nose, you can power through.
Last night was the first night I was able to breathe.
Okay. In July, the Dallas Cowboy Cheerleaders show came out.
Oh yeah, I loved that.
That was a fun time. We also talked about the white toenail theory.
Ugh, you're a whore if you haven't.
You're a freak in the sheets if you do.
You go to Diddy parties if you wear white toenails.
Started campaigning lightly to be on Barstool because Chelsea is obsessed with Dave Portnoy. He posted the cutest video the other day because Miss Peaches had surgery and she hugged up and he's rubbing her belly and he's like, Miss Peaches is the best patient. She's the sweetest girl. Let's put it out there. Dave Portnoy, we're ready. You know, you just got rid of one podcast.
Yeah. They got into a fight over Grandma's funeral.
No.
Chicken Fry didn't go because her dumb ex-boyfriend refused to go.
Oh, basically Chicken Fry dating Zach Bryan ruined their 20-year friendship. Chicken Fry and Grace. They're not friends anymore because of him. Grace left. Chicken Fry is still there.
Come on, Dave. Give us some prompts and a little bit of feedback. We are fast learners. We're funny and we're attractive enough that people would watch.
Yeah. Just add some production value.
Come on, man.
In August, we were talking about thruples are more common than you think. Because I saw 2 of them on my husband's work trip.
I became a domesticated one, as long as I do the chores. So they can continue to have sex, and if not more. And I was like, I don't want to do chores. I'll just sit in the back seat.
Stick your head out the window and get some fresh air.
I do love that.
Oh, we had Cody Tucker on.
Oh yeah, remember when I loved him?
Yeah.
I was so obsessed. See, you know what? You know what the theme is? I correct myself in a reasonable amount of time.
Or it just takes a very tiny ick for you to lose all interest.
What are those icks?
Having to pay bills.
Don't even suggest. Because I have a PhD at gold digging hookers. Because she's still a good person. She really doesn't have to put out. And I'm never splitting a bill.
So you need to write that book.
I know. Ask ChatGPT, how do I write a good book? I should feed in the theme.
Should be The Good Girl's Guide to Gold Digging.
I'm just a hostess. It might be the subtitle.
That could be a chapter.
I'm just a hostess.
Let's get on that book writing. We'll add that to our goals for 2025.
You know what our main goal was? Breckenridge on the chairlift? More friends. We did that.
And then they got boyfriends and then they left.
See, I'll never get a boyfriend. I'm going to be the old spinster. I'm so sad. I thought about it. Every woman in my mom's family is a spinster.
Yeah, but you're having the best time. And you have the best perks. A spinster is sad, old, and lonely, and you're none of those. You're on your second lease of life. And you went to Columbia in August.
Okay.
In September, we had Lena Goodway on, our favorite Trumper.
I really enjoyed that one.
That was a fun time.
We did a Would You Rather? The Constitution or the Bible? That is an example of some of the intriguing, thought-provoking questions we asked Lena Goodway. We're trying to expand our horizons at Honestly Smartless.
We are open to all opinions.
Well, we're going to at least let you speak.
We might make fun of you at the moment, but all in good fun. In September, I'm going to go into finance, and I was becoming a finance bro.
No, you were becoming a finance babe.
Oh my God, I love finance, babe.
I think there's only 2 out there.
Yes.
And I was scouring for more. I love okay, she came out of the room sniffing. Is that because she did a bump before?
Yeah.
And she was headed to a gym class at 8 a.m. on a Saturday?
Yep.
Yeah. But there was some protein. I looked up the proteins. I was like, she was like, oh, there's Alka-Seltzer or there's something else for you. And I didn't know what it was, but it's a Canadian, because they're Canadian. It's a Canadian, I don't know, Gatorade or Pedialyte kind of thing, recovery.
Okay. I love that. Finance babe is out financing bro.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. I love her.
Oh,
I love her.
I'm glad you like it.
We realized in September that women are idiots and are making bad dating decisions. In October is when the dick pics were going wrong.
Ew.
It's when I played the best trick on Chelsea by having an unsolicited dick pic sent her.
But it was awesome the way in which I responded. If you remember correctly, I responded with, ew, who is this?
And I saw the guy get a text.
Real time.
The greatest prank ever.
Because it went well on both sides. It would have been disgusting if I was like, yummy, send me more. When can you put that inside of me? Not that. That looks dirty. That snake looks dirty as fuck, like it's been snaking through the mud.
Kind of gives those vibes.
My neighbor's not dirty.
He doesn't have the capacity to get dirty.
You're so sad.
October was your sex club anniversary. You went back. It was non-eventful.
It was nothing.
In November, the yearly complaint of Chelsea's hair extensions started.
This is a funny joke, but look how good.
Look at how good they look.
I haven't said 2 words about my hair.
I know. I got what you wanted.
Because Lindsay gave me the greatest gift of all. If today's Thursday, last time I spoke about it was Monday. That's the longest run I've ever had.
4 hair appointments later, you haven't talked about them for 4 days. I pulled off the greatest trip ever in October. I took Austin to Costa Rica. In November, we did the most epic boyfriend roast to ever be on record. We should have been on Comedy Central.
I can't make it rhyme, but I could say mean shit.
Oh, it doesn't have to rhyme. The mean shit is the joke. In December, we are celebrating Chelsea's new hair. You have so many plans and invitations for your birthday and for Christmas.
Right.
You are stacked on plans.
I know.
That's really the celebration.
But last year, I had my own personal resolutions, and one said I want rich friends, and then reworded that to I want to have affluent friends who do cool ass shit that invite me along. Nailed it.
Boom. You're going to have 3 birthday trips. And in December, I decided I will keep my job. That's why I'm going to buy new shit so that I can look really good when I'm at work.
Sweet treats. Those aren't necessarily food because we're not eating. That's what it takes. little things along the way.
That's right.
Wow. Did you guys enjoy that?
Oh, that's so fun to reminisce.
It was fun. It's like I don't remember any of it.
I had to go back and look at the episodes.
You did a lot of work. Sorry.
It's all right. I guess I'll work sometimes.
Oh, you know what resolution you need to do? We used to underscore the importance of having our own individual identity. You said, Chelsea, you're fashion and you need to post OOTDs. What the hell is your identity? And why aren't you working on it? Because we need a robust set of characters on this show. Don't tell me you're too busy. Like, it doesn't have to be truthful.
Do you watch my TikTok?
No.
I'm funny on TikTok.
Well, then just repost it on Instagram.
It doesn't hit right on Instagram.
It doesn't matter. We need volume.
On my page or on the podcast page?
On the podcast page. I had a good Instagram year.
You had a really good Instagram year. You hit your goal, 30.
25, I'd like to hit 50,000 followers. I don't know what that looks like, for goodness sakes.
I don't know.
Yeah. Talk about pressure. And you get this thing and it becomes your identity, and then you can't let it go. I'm not a very consistent person to begin with in my ADHD world, and Instagram's like, well, we're going to change that. Now get going. You know what else happened in December 2024?
What?
I had my first ass reel.
It was so modest. It really was.
Oh, yeah.
You wanted to look.
That was the whole point.
The funny thing about your Instagram is that you will post a photo with your hair just covering your nips. You're topless. And you're like, yeah, that's fine. But then to show your ass, you're like, oh, I'm not clutching my pearls. Oh my God. We had a half an hour long discussion how to do it. I'm like, just do it. It's not that hard.
Somehow that is where I am compromising my values.
We should both just post outfits of the day on our podcast page.
Dude, I don't care what you do. You just got to have to develop your own character. But your personality on TikTok is so funny, relatable, and adorable. You should be doing it here too.
Yeah, and I might not even have a choice because TikTok might get taken away soon.
It's political and
until the last second. They'll be like, just kidding. You can still keep it.
I'm talking a bunch of shit, but
yeah,
I should be doing the same on TikTok.
I like that. Watch out, Instagram.
We're coming.
All right. Make sure you share this episode with your besties and subscribe. 5 stars only because we deserve 5 stars.
Yeah, only like us. Okay.
Yeah. At Honestly Smartless, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, at Chelsea Toronto, at Dr. Lindsay. I will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.